All right, Joe. Let's do it. Journal entry 33. Go ahead.
Awesome. Inscribed by Thormun of Taylorin, on the 26th day of Ranvig, dark eyes watch from behind, golden masks. Einar does not suffer even allies to roam his land without a personal escort of his Imperium. Those dual-bladed warriors follow us even now as we ride up the length of Mirror Lake. Departing Linda's farm, drawing even closer to the edge of Bleakwood. Einar's close watch on us doesn't seem to be an attempt at hiding something, but rather the result of a rule set in place. Einar's empire is built upon rules and discipline. As we approach the place where the Mirror Lake narrows and the crossing into Bleakwood can be made, I hear the sound of a great many warriors on the march. Putting a hand to my brow, I block out the sun, bringing into view a massive force in the distance headed our way. I distinctively reach for the shaft of my war hammer. Looking about, I see that Blunden sits his back arched in his saddle, watching the distant forest intently, as do the others who set out with me from the halls of Ular on that windy morning not so long ago. Einar's Imperium look alert, but that is no tell. Not one of them has failed to convey a constant look at vigilance on the duration of our long and uneventful ride through Linden's farm. Farm? Oh, that's
Lindsfremne.
I don't know.
Words.
The beautiful women with the perfect skin and the dark purple dresses hold no look of alarm, only carefully watchfulness over their golden mirrors, hidden away in the satchels worn across their chests. I let go of my hammer and bring my hand back up to the reins of my horse, watching cautiously as the long lines of soldiers march towards us. The sun glints off the tips of swaying spears and arrowheads as they dance to the beat of several hundred footfalls. The sound of the marching soldiers grows so loud as they pass that it feels like a weight pressing down on my chest. The soldiers are all humans from Earth. They are from various cultures and times, but here Einar has made them one. They march in perfect synchronicity. Some wear woven hats coming up to a point on the tops of their heads and carry spears or rifles like those carried by Jandar soldiers of the 4th Massachusetts. Then there are others that look to be straight out of the time and culture of Jandar's blue-coated allies. Only these wear coats of red. Some of the warriors carry tall, brightly painted shields, and others smaller round shields. Some wear heavy armor and helmets, while others are armored only in cloth. Some carry swords and others bows. For all the differences, they are the same, all marching their steady march, all wearing their motionless faces, all focused, all disciplined. I watch as the last of Einar's army march past, returning from the battles fought somewhere beyond the borders of Linden's farm. When suddenly the sky goes dark, my eyes dart upwards to behold an enormous creature flying overhead. Its scales are red and golden, at once majestic to behold. As it passes by overhead, it lets loose an awful noise, sending flames leaping into the air all about its body, and it twists itself over in a spiraling roll. Einar has summoned himself a dragon. Yo, that was fire. Quite literally at one part. Wow. Can we just go back through and just list all of what we assume, list all the Einar figures that they've mentioned there?
Yeah.
Because
let's see here. Where would we go?
Let's go to that long list. Have they mentioned it before? Is Beldam? I see that Beldam sits with his back arched in his saddle. Who's Beldam?
Beldam. I don't know. I don't know if I've heard that before or not.
If anyone remembers, if that name is ever mentioned before, let us know. Let's see. Talk about the beautiful women with the perfect skin and the dark purple dresses hold to look no alarm. Okay, so let's be on the next page.
And it seems like their golden mirrors are hidden away in the satchels worn across their chests.
Yeah, we also don't know how big these women are, though. Are they giant women? Are they normal sized women?
Well, they're beautiful.
I don't know.
They're beautiful women. I think
that doesn't tell me size.
I think
though.
it would say beautiful giant women. I think it would be descriptive in that. If he's talking about the perfect, I think Thormun's kind of like engaged, with these women. I'm not saying engaged. I'm talking about like he's an awful lot of attention to detail in these Kiri.
I feel like he would have given us more details if he was to an extra step. But anyway, I digress. All right, so here it is. They march in perfectly symmetricity. Okay, so starting off with some wear woven hats coming up to a point on the tops of their heads and carry spears or rifles. Survey says that is the one squads I don't have.
Yeah, those are hard to get.
Can anyone guess? I mean, I know what they are, but I can't say it because I don't remember the name of it.
Huh?
But I know.
Oh. Ashigaru.
Something. Hakibus?
Or the other one.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, those guys.
So there's those guys.
Yeah.
And then we have.
Hexal says Belden is Other's right hand man. So from
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Thormun wasn't alone. He was with a group of people acting as.
Gotcha. His own party.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then he talked about there's others that look straight out of the head, blue colored, only wear coats of red, and these are of course brightly painted shields. Obviously talking about the survey says
Harcubus and Yari.
That's it, Yari. That was the other one.
Yep. What's that?
Next one, talk about the coats of red that have square shields.
Oh, yeah. Romans. Bill Flint. I'm not saying Thormun is
no one's saying that.
No, Thormun is someone who appreciates the feminine form, which I don't blame him one bit.
Yeah.
But hey, that's him talking, not me. So,
if he went any further with detail, then yes, I would agree.
Yes.
But he didn't. So we're good. We're safe.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So now we're going into shields, and then it's talking about smaller, rounder shields.
Mm-hmm.
So that would only assume the gladiators.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere heavy armor.
I was just gonna say this actually for those of you guys out there who are new to the channel, if you have not watched Tales of Valhalla, the series that I animated like in the last 10 years, seasons 2 and 3, the very first part of season 2, I actually have a scene that's inspiration for this in like the first 7 minutes of the first episode of season 2, where you have like an Einar army marching. I got inspiration from that for this from that actually. So that's kind of why I put it in there. It's different. Different. I mean, it was a different setting and a different time, but I got inspiration from that. So.
You said what? Season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode 1. It's the whole sequence, where Raylan is kind of narrating what's happening within that world. after the two battles, and then there's a sequence to where you see these guys marching, and it's most of what's described in here, because I got most all of them.
So then we have, of course, like I said, the gladiators, some wearing heavy armor and helmets, while others are armored only in cloth. So obviously, talking about Romans and gladiators. Some carry swords and others bows. And then for all their differences, they are the same. Now,
Bill Flint, Sacred Band. I was thinking Sacred Band too.
Sacred Band, yeah. That's when it comes to. Oh, right, yes.
Because they got the round shields. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice common squad too. Very nice.
The only ones that weren't particularly mentioned were any samurai.
Mm-hmm.
So no samurai were mentioned during this, or at least no hint of them. Mm-hmm. So very cool.
And Adam is saying from Journal 22, with a smile and a bow, Belden responds, "Our trip was entirely uneventful, Atlaga. It is good to see your face again, old friend." So Belden is mentioned in Journal 22. Journal entry
cool.
22.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Yep. So that's interesting. Yeah. So, and then what is the dragon? Can I ask, what is the dragon? This is actually one dragon I don't have.
And yeah, I plan on getting him soon, at least as a 3D print. Zelrig.
Oh, is it
Zelrig?
Oh, it is Zelrig. Actually, that's one dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of another one.
Oh, you do have Zelrig. Okay.
I do have Zelrig. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, because Zelrig is the Einar dragon. Right. And is this are they describing, if I look back at this, are they describing him being summoned at that moment? Or he just happened to just show up and be like, oh, awesome, they have a dragon now. I didn't know that. Enormous flying creature.
It's just flying overhead, so it's basically leading the army, basically, but just,
Gotcha.
keeping tabs of everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that Zelrig is quite the dragon. Like Common Squad, Eliminator Extraordinaire. You do not want to be caught in that special attack.
You do not. And I will say, as a small anecdote, I played against a Zelrig army at ScapeCon.
Ditto.
And as soon as I saw that, I knew that ahead of time. I was like, okay, so I am not placing any of my units next to each other because I did have a lot of commons.
Exactly. Yep. That's one thing you have to do. Yep.
As long as you focus, I mean, that's the one thing I do love about, sure, Zellig, I think, was able to get that chance to use his fire attack on some occasions, but it is fun of it's now a challenge for me to make sure that no one is adjacent to each other.
Yes. That's what you gotta do. So that way,
I gotta generally play different.
That special attack,
so cool.
yeah, you got it, and you got to adjust to that. And if you don't know it, prepare to get wiped out. That's one special ability that's just like.
So cool. So we got, just to reiterate, 32. We got Thormun showing up, talking to Einar, figuring out that, yes, I'm going to join your alliance. Here's a way to communicate. Einar's like, this is a way we're going to communicate through these mirrors. And then 33 is they walk outside, and this is like the power that we just assumed, that we just got from Einar, that's ready to help fight against Uthgar. So,
yes, and I will say this too, when it comes to journal entry 33, right? Wait a minute, no.
Yep, 33. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah. Well, starting when we read journal entry 32 previously, that kind of shows Einar's empire, which has Thormun is written in there. Einar's empire. It shows Einar's empire, the wealth of Einar's empire in 32. Then in 33, it shows the might of his empire. Showing that, and that's not all of them too. There's even some Einar stuff missing as we've said. So that's one way to look at it too. It's establishing. Ouch. For those of you listening to this, I just bumped my elbow on my desk. But it it provides a look into character development of not just Einar, but as well as the location, the area in which he rules, and a little bit about it as well. So world building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
And Hexal says, fitting if Einar is the rich Valkyrie and Zelrig is one of the most expensive dragons. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That
exactly.
the thing. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anybody? It's lucky to get any of those.
Much like they planned that.
Pack. But let alone Zelrig itself. I mean, you have to be extremely lucky. And about 10, 15 years ago, I was. Because oh my goodness, why am I keep on doing that? Okay, I'm not moving my arm anymore for the remainder of this. Even though I have to. Here, I'm gonna put that down there. Anyway, but yeah. So, what were we saying? I think we're wrapping up, right? Okay.
Yeah, we have comments tonight, right?
Yeah, we do have comments, but no, I'm talking about for this journal entry. So that.
Oh
so,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So that's our. So any other thoughts, Joe? That's.
No, yeah. I like that. It was well said. The might, showing the might of Einar.
Yes.
And obviously for this alliance to really work, we need some of that might.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jandar is of course got a boatload of figures in the game. It is the, I guess, second most pile of cards that we will all have if you're a huge collector.
Oh my goodness.
Then Ular and Vidar pretty much kind of have around the same amount of cards, amount of figures, heroes. Mm-hmm. And then I believe Einar is definitely the third, because there's a lot of Einar in the game.
And just to note too, for those of you who don't know this about Heroscape lore, that Einar and Utgar used to be allies, were once allies, but Einar felt like, in a sense, I know like others can explain it better, but Einar basically felt a bit intimidated by Utgar, and Utgar, kind of like the One Ring, the power only belongs to that one particular leader. Like Utgar doesn't share in power, basically.
Did we read that somewhere?
Didn't read that somewhere, but that's something that I gathered with like conversations with Jeremy, like long time in the past when I was developing Tales of Valhalla. So that's the little bit of knowledge that I know. Although it's probably said a little bit differently and a little bit more intricately. That's to the best of my knowledge. That was the case. There used to be an alliance between them. That's why Einar is a bit mighty. But Einar ended up then basically not betraying Utgar, but betraying Utgar, and then joining with the alliance with his might. So that's a little bit of background for you all as well. And also, I think Mirror Lake too is mentioned in this. I think that's something that's kind of important, although albeit to me, I don't remember what, but just note that in your memories, because that could be brought up sometime again in the future, or have some, like I said, anything mentioned in these journals can be important one way or another when it comes to like physical locations. If they're written down, they're important. So make sure to take note of them. But besides that, Joe, anything else?
No.
Okay.
No, we good.
Okay, so that is taking a look at journal entry 33. Enter another dragon, because we never have enough dragons. You can never have enough dragons in this.
Everybody gets one.
Taking a look at... Don't you? Everybody gets a Zelrig. You get a Zelrig. I wish that were the case. I really do. But yeah, so that's taking a look at journal entry 33 of Thormun's journal for everybody's exploration of the world of Valhalla.